Hello everyone. Can you hear my voice? Welcome to 10th live streaming. Sorry for last week. I was a little busy. Okay, today is same the Rainwater Tiger year and Jiawood Chun Dragon month. And today is Greywater Cho Earth Day. A little interesting. 3 Earth are together. Now is Rainwater Shu Earth time, the dog. How are you guys doing? Any question? Yeah, Jamie, I knew you asked something. Do pillars in 60 pillar video have the same weights every year, or did you factor in the year, month, day into your calculation, so each year they will need to be recalculated? The portion of each element in 60 pillar, if the same pillar year comes, the portion will be same. So like when the rainwater inwood tiger year, like this year, it came in 60 years ago, in 1962, and that portion is same as this year. But when it comes to the month, it might be a little bit different because the yearly energy might be a little bit different. So year plus month might be the portion. But if the same pillar, same yearly pillar, same monthly pillar, same daily pillar, same hourly pillar comes, that would be same. Can you please explain the meaning of the heavenly stems and earthly branches again? Oh, Jamie, the stem will be different in the month. I mean, the pillar means stem plus the branch. So if the same pillar comes, it means, I will show you. If the heavenly stem is different, it will be different. If like this year, rain, water, tiger, there is 63%, about 63.9% of the wood, and you can see this amount of other elements. But if there is like gunmetal tiger, it's the same tiger, different heavenly stem. See, the portion is also different. Now metal gets about 32%. So it will be different if heavenly stem is different. But if same pillar comes, energy is similar. So Alex, heavenly stems and earthly branch. Let me just bring this month energy, not this month, but the next month from May 5th. So heavenly stems energy, just simply saying, it governs our mind and thinking. And earthly branches more like happens in reality, closer to seasonal energy. Heavenly stem is not seasonal energy. It's like not exactly planets, but it is similar as the planet's energy that rotates around the earth. And the earthly branches energy is more about season, like spring, summer, and fall and winter. So we can directly feel and sense the temperature, the earthly branches energy. So if the May's energy is snake, which is fire, we exactly feel the fire's energy first. But if the heavenly stem's energy is wood, our mind and thinking, wood thinking is processed, and then the reality comes with the fire. So for example, if there is like a wealth spirit in the heavenly stem, and it is quite different from the wealth spirit in the earthly branches, because wealth in the earthly branches can be money in reality, money I have, actual debt, like net income, like that. But if that is in the heavenly stem, money in calculation in my head, I have lots of ideas in my head, in my mind, ideal or desire, like that. It's quite different, right? Wealth spirit, same. In the heavenly stem is more about desire and then calculation in my mind. The wealth spirit in the earthly branch is the actual money or debt or income that I really get or I'm really suffered from, like that. Other 10 spirits are also same. Isu is my natal month pillar. Yeah, it's good to know. You can use, if the same pillar comes, you can use that as your power in a different way. But monthly pillar is not very critical. I mean, your monthly pillar is critical, but the monthly pillar in this year is quite temporary energy. Why is the order of the Batsa hour clock different from the meridian organ clock? For example, the tiger gallbladder wood is 3 to 5 a.m. for Batsa, but it is 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. for the meridian organ clock. effects diagnose. That was my first question when I first learned Oriental medicine, the organ clock. You can think if certain branch energy comes, our body is reacting to the branch with that organ. The gallbladder and liver are wood organ, so it is supposed to be in the wood branch, but in organ clock it's not like that. Organ clock is not the seasonal energy. Organ clock is not the energy flow outside. It is happening in our body inside. So when the red comes, gallbladder energy is activated and liver is activated in the ox time. It is mostly in daily flow, in the hour. This is not about the month. This is not about the day. But if you put some meanings in day or year, you can put the meaning. Some people do. So in those earthly branches time in our body, this organ system is activating. That is and this is for just reference. SI small intestine. In monkey time, bladder, urinary bladder is activated. And in rooster time, kidney energy. So you can directly imagine that in metal time, in monkey and rooster, the bladder and kidneys, the water organs. So in metal time, our water system is activated to really store those yang qi, draw down the yang energy. You can think like that for every organ. The dog is pericardium, and the boar is sanjiao, or triple burner, triple warmer. Yeah, so this is not pretty much matched with the 5 element in earthly branch. So like in tiger time is, we are consider this one as a 5 to 3 a.m. No, 3 to 5 a.m. So it is the wood time. The tiger is the wood time. And then when the wood energy is coming up in the world, in the nature, our body's lung system is activated to wake our body up. And then after that, this lung energy goes to the large intestine in rabbit time and start moving our bowel movement at 5 to 7 a.m. like that. This is totally different aspect, right? Yeah, I will make another membership in my YouTube channel that is for the practitioner, so you can join that. Yeah, and this is whole different story. it is like a cosmology. Hello, Christian. Long time no see. Hi, greeting to all from Uruguay. Are you ready for the energy of May? I'm not sure we can cover all our daily master today, but at least we can cover the brief introduction of the energy of the Su fire snake in May. So the pillar of May is Yi wood with Su fire snake. Okay, you can see the wood is now trying to generate the fire. The yearly pillar in this year is all about water is generating the wood. But this month, the next month, that wood will generate the fire. So let's just put more arrows here. Now it is started from the water, and then the water is trying to produce the wood energy. And now in May, finally, it is the starting process that fire is produced by the wood. Because in the water time in last 3 years, we talked about it before, the water time. In those 3 years of water, from 2019 to 2021, everyone missed fire so much. In cold time, we miss the warmth, and in hot time, we miss the coolness. It is the same logic. In water time, in a deep water time, it is metal water, really in energy. In very, very much in time, we are really missing the fire or yang, just warmth. So the fire became the really precious element for everyone in those 3 years, and even this year as well. So everyone has been waiting for the fire season for a long time. This year is not fire. It is still wood energy with the water stem. But the tiger is the branch that can be very easy to support the fire, because there is the fire in the hidden stem. There's fire in it, so it can tonify the fire very well. Because the tiger is the birth branch of the fire, especially in the perspective of the big cycle of fire, the triple combination. It is also beginning of the small cycle of the wood. It is a seasonal energy, wood season in springtime. But at the same time, it is the beginning of the big cycle of fire. And the seasonal combination and the triple combination are a little different. Seasonal combination, as the small cycle, is just following the season. there's no bigger picture there. It is just 3 steps. It is in wood season, we just live with wood. And in fire season, we just live with fire. It is like similar to just going with the flow. But big cycle as triple combination is a little different. It is 9 steps. From here to dog is 9 steps. So they contain relatively bigger picture than small cycle. Like I start something in tiger to imagine the horse or the dog. It is a little bigger than tiger to dragon. So in triple combination, there should be 3 elements total. The wood in this case, triple combination of fire contains wood and fire and the earth in the metal season. Okay, so because of this aspect, tiger has a big desire. Tiger has a big desire to generate the fire. So whenever it meets the fire gets really large. You can see the fire in this month, it takes about more than 40%. It is the largest element in this month. Again, this is my calculation, so this is just approximate amount. And in this month, heavenly stem is also wood, so both wood tries to generate this fire. And now water energy seems to be really weakened temporarily. And this is the monthly change, if you want to see that. Wood has been dominant in February to March. Wood is the largest element in those 3 months. And now in May, the fire has more portion than the wood. This is same, but in a different line plot. You can see wood is now decreasing in May. Start decreasing in May, and fire starts going up. Okay, let me check the chat. So the energy cycles just repeat themselves. So 2022 is the same energy as 1962, yes. And it is also same as 1902, right? Every 60 years, they repeat. Funny thing to note, my yearly luck pillar is run into, wow, yearly luck pillar? The yearly luck pillar is same for everyone. It is same for everyone, not just you. Yearly pillar is kind of shared by everyone in the world. And there is another one, the 10 years luck pillar, the great life fortune. That is only myself, only mine pillar that I use for 10 years. But yearly pillar, yearly luck pillar comes to everyone. That is this year's energy. Okay. So you can immediately think the energy flow from February to May is like this. Whatever 10 spirit they are, it is from the wood to fire. Transition from wood to fire. And in between them, there is a dragon. It is in the wood season. It's part of the wood season, but it is the earth. It has the earth quality. So that is called as in-between season. There is the earth in every season. In between wood and fire, there is a dragon every time. And the wood energy is kind of step on the dragon and then fly to the fire. That happens in every year. Oh, you meant 10 years luck pillar. Oh, that's interesting. So 10 years luck pillar in water tiger. And this year is also in water tiger. It is double effect. So whatever I said, whatever I explained, you have the double effect for that. And many classics explain, or many scholars explain about the punishment that you will be in the jail, or you have to be punished by something. So you go to police department, you will be sued by someone. There's an accident and your family will die, something like that. That is kind of, that doesn't really make sense. So what does it mean when the heavenly stems and earthly branches are at clash? You mean the heavenly stem in the luck pillar and the heavenly stem in your chart have a clash, and then earthly pillar in luck pillar and earthly branch in your chart make a clash? That is, I think it's fan in, right? Fan in. It depends on which pillar in your chart have a clash. It generally means there will be a change in that time, change in your environment, or change in your job, or change your people, depending on your 10 spirits. Many people say the fan in or fu in, same luck pillar as pillar in my chart, or the clash between the luck pillar and my pillar. That is really bad. It is kind of disaster. Many people explain like disaster, but my opinion is a little different. The clash or combination doesn't determine it is good or bad. I talked that many times. It just explains that the way how things happen, The clash is more about sudden change, and it is more about I have to stop doing this and then start a new one. The clash is like that. Certain things should be stopped or ceased, and then the new things can come out from that. Like, it is not about the contract. Combination is more about contract between two energy. The war is not a combination. War is more about clash, and from that war, the new opinion and new political status can come out from the war. Oh, I cannot say war actually right now, but the combination is more about signing between two countries or two power to just stop fighting and stop argument, and then let's go together for something. Clash is more about move on to next step. And it is repeated if you look at the pillar and then compare with your chart. Like certain time there's a combination, and certain time there's a clash, and then combination again, and then clash again. And then that's the way how the nature and the universe make us develop into the higher level, upper level. It is the desire for the nature to cultivate ourselves. Combination is not always good. Clash is not always bad. Too much combination is too much love, too much make a territory, and then just love in our religion, love in our own politics, our own home. We don't really take other opinion or other religion. We just make a combination among us. That's more about combination. So combination is more like it is far from the change, far from the broad perspective. But clash is something that is different from my opinion. Talk about you might be wrong or you might be very narrow-minded. So we can make an argument in clashing time, but it can awaken our mind. And then the development comes from the clash in the history, in our history. Always the clash makes the development. Clash makes our technological development. Always because of the war, the science and the technology has grown a lot. All our science is focused on the war first, war and the medical area. Yeah. And in the peaceful time, people used to fell into the mannerism. They don't want to change. They don't want to do anything very much different from the people's normal opinion. That is the combination time. So that happens in the punishment as well. The energy of Mei, the Yi Si, create the punishment with the tiger, this ear's energy. And many classics explain, or many scholars explain about the punishment that you will be in the jail, or you have to be punished by something. So you go to police department, or there will be kind of the law situation. You will be sued by someone. There's an accident and your family will die, something like that. That is kind of that doesn't really make sense for me. Punishment in a severe case, punishment can be shown as like that. But in any kind of severe case, everything can be really severe. Like combination can make the cancer. If you combine with cancer cell, if your body makes love with cancer cells too much, it's like your body become the environment for cancer cells to grow because you love them so much. So love is always not good. Combination is not always good. Punishment is like that also. Sometimes you have to make a decision. You have to go to the police department. You have to go to the court sometimes to resolve something. If some people harm you, you have to sue them, right? It is all about very necessary thing in our life. So in the beginning of the fire, the snake is the beginning of the fire, beginning of the small cycle of the fire season. And the tiger is small cycle of the wood. Let me just combine these two. So the when two beginning comes together, it makes the clash or the punishment. But clash happens between 180 degrees, but punishment happens between 90 degrees mostly. Not every time, but most of punishment happens in 90 degrees. So the birth branch of wood creates the punishment with the birth branch of the fire in summer. And when we combine that, the yearly energy is the tiger, is the birth branch of the wood. Its direction is like that. Let's assume the tiger's energy is like that. You can put the direction in a different way. But in summer, the beginning of fire in the snake, it goes in that way. So there it is, like if we combine those two, can be continuous movement, and wood to fire is in a generating cycle. It's in the same direction if we talk about the yang energy, it's movement, but the direction is a little different. So in May, whatever you planned, whatever you has been working on in the tiger year, the May's energy takes a little bit different detour or take little curve to your plan and then start kind of similar way but in a different perspective. If you just only think about the wood as a tiger, and now the nature says, how about thinking about fire a little bit? How about thinking about the snake a little bit? So there is a little bit different ways of approach in your plan in snake time in this year. So punishment is yang to yang or yin to yin. I think it happens between yin and yang. The yang to yang and yin to yin can be determined in a different way. So can you a little bit explain more clearly? Oh, yeah, tiger is yang and monkey is yang. Yeah, tiger and monkey both are yang, and then between them clash is happening, not the punishment. We said that as a clash. Yeah, tiger and monkey, whatever it is in 100 degrees, that is called clash. So it is totally different energy, in the opposite energy, spring and fall, summer or winter. That is opposite season, opposite element. That is in controlling cycle. The metal controls wood, right? And water controls fire. It is in opposite season, but punishment is kind of similar season. It happens in between similar season. Wood and fire, or fire and metal, water and wood, something like that. And we called it as a punishment because punishment is kind of the word I don't like. It is not punishing something. It is all about change our direction into certain way. And sometimes punishing someone can make the change. So I think the older people, like ancient people, name it as a punishment. If we want to change something, we have to sue them, like that, right? In politics or in business, two similar people or two similar company, like wood and fire is yang element. It is not the plus as a yang, but they are yang element. They seems to be my friend or my co-workers, and then suddenly they change their mind. To really punish them, we have to sue them. So the law force should be involved. So that is kind of extreme case of the punishment. But why the punishment? Why the tiger and snake are called as a punishment is because of this. We said the inwood tiger's energy is part of small cycle of wood and big cycle of fire. So it is ready to really produce the fire. Tiger is really the fire supporter. It is the mother of fire. It is the beginning of the yang energy, beginning of the wood, beginning of the fire. So it is considered as the mother of the yang. But the snake is a little bit tricky. Snake has the small cycle of fire, is the beginning of the fire energy. It's a seasonal combination. But at the same time, it is the beginning of the big cycle of metal. It's triple combination of metal. So for tiger is kind of contributing himself to really support the wood, fire, yang energy. And then snake's mind is somewhat in the metal time. And if you know about just the earthly branch combination, snake sometimes transform into water sometimes. For the wood, for the tiger, snake is like a betrayer, right? I'm supporting the yang, and then suddenly you produce the yin. So that is the beginning of the punishment energy. The tiger thought the snake is in the same direction with me, but suddenly snake turned into the other opposite side of the energy. Are we the one punishing them, or are we getting punished? That is totally depending on your chart. If you recognize the direction of the 5 element, like we talk about from February to March energy to May to June, is all about the wood to fire, and then suddenly metal is involved, kind of inside of the fire energy in snake. So if you recognize that, if you recognize the fire snake has the metal energy inside, you might not feel as like someone is betraying you. But if you recognize that, you can understand those mechanisms, so you don't punish or get punished by something. If you don't know the metal, and it's just hidden like that, then you thought the fire is the perspective of the wood. Fire is the child of the wood. So I support you this much. I gave you love this much. But your direction is not to me, but your direction is towards metal. So I got hurt. So I will punish you. Like if you don't know the metal's existence, you can go into the punishing level. And this could be everything. Like we will talk about each daily master's energy next week. But let's talk about Fire Daily Master. And for Fire Daily Master, this is Mother Spirit, and this is Friendship Spirit. For Fire Daily Master, this energy flow is all about the input to myself. It's all about the learning and studying, and then take my stuff and nourishing myself. It is all about that. So think about this mother. If this mother is real mother, this mother is trying to support this fire. This mother is trying to help, trying to give love to this fire. Let's just ignore the dragon. It's just a process between those two. This mother is trying to give something to this fire as myself for the Fire Daily Master. But suddenly, in this fire's mind, there is wealth spirit. There is metal in it. So whatever I'm loved by my mother, whatever I get supported by my mother, my focus is all about my wealth. So not about tonifying, not about generating this mother, but focusing on the money making, or focusing on my wife, focusing on my girlfriend. So mother, you give me love. Thank you with that. But my focus is all about girlfriend more, or my wife more. So this mother can feel like betrayed by this child. So that's all about the punishment. So this fire as a snake, it is all about snake. Horse is different. Horse is more like the real fire, but snake is tricky. The punishment in this year happens in snake month. But if this mother knows, if this mother already recognizes there is a metal involved in it in snake month, she might not feel that much heart sensation like that. When you're a Bing Chun Daily Master and this all hits home. What do you mean hits home? Yeah, Bing Fire same. Bing Fire is same. Like this year's energy is talking about taking something in it, taking something into yourself as a nourishment, whatever it's learning or whatever it's housing or contract or signing in a document, something like that, cultivating. In this month, suddenly the Fire Daily Master is focusing on money, girlfriend, wife, or any kind of things that is contrary to this year's energy. Yeah, that can happen in Fire Daily Master. I recently had a Wood Daily Master associate post something about not trusting anyone. So I can see person might actually be going through punishment and me being a witness to it. Yeah, that's a good witness. Yeah, you can observe that. And then if you can confirm that as a punishment, that becomes your knowledge. That becomes your experience. And this story that I explain is what I have observed in the Fire Daily Masters chart. And we will talk about we will go through all the Daily Masters in next week. Let me put one more example in Water Daily Master. It happens same. For the Water Daily Master, this year's energy is all about the child to the wealth. It is all about the output. This could be just a simple example. From February to June is all about the output. But especially the child spirit is all about revolution or change from what I belong to, moving, creation, like that. The child spirit is all about exerting my energy, my creativity to the outer world to change something. It can change my job. It can change my husband if it is a female. It can change my environment, or just if somebody has been just at home from last 3 years, they want to come out. They want to come out and do something, whatever it is, study, whatever it is, just go to community college or switch their position in their job or just change their job. The child spirit is all about change our environment from the place that I have been belong to. That has been governing Water Daily Master's mind and thinking in February and March, and then now it comes to May, and then that mind is generating the wealth. So the metal could be involved in those. So it is a money making. So suddenly in February and March, the Water Daily Master wants to change something, and then if they change, the money making can happen from that change. But suddenly they thought about, oh, I'm too busy. I want to take a rest. Mother Spirit is all about taking a rest, or it is opposite energy from the wood output. Mother Spirit is input. So they change their environment and then get some result, and then suddenly they think about, maybe I should not change like that because I'm too busy, something like that. Or if they just wanted to change, if that is just desire, the wood energy is just a desire, not exactly change the situation. Let's assume the Water Daily Master had a desire to change their job, and then suddenly the May energy comes. They are worrying about the money. They start worrying about money making. So in their mind, they might think, oh, if I change my job, if I quit my job, can I make this amount of money or more? Should it be less than now? So they try to just settle down in current place like that kind of mind. So that is the meaning of punishment. They try to do something in this year. They try to do something, and then suddenly another plan is kind of backed up in our mind. Wealth equal knowledge. Usually Mother Spirit is considered as a knowledge, but wealth is the real knowledge in the reality. It is more about experience. The Mother Spirit is more about studying from the book, studying from the school. Wealth Spirit is more about learning from the reality, learning from the work. I went here and there too much today, I think. Any last question? Jamie, is punishment the cause cycle? Not always. You mean this punishment in between the tiger and the snake? This is punishment, and then this is not a cause cycle. It is shang cycle, the generating cycle, not controlling. And then it happens more in generating cycle. It happens more in shang cycle, like tiger and snake. Oh, the monkey, between snake and monkey, that is controlling cycle. It's not always ko or shang. Christian, thank you for being so clear and for not calling 10 gods to the element relationship. That would be a little awkward to handle for us Muslim. By far, in these days of Ramadan, blessing for you all. Oh, 10 gods. Okay. I don't like to say gods, in every translation. Many people, whenever see the word shun, whenever see this word, they call it as a god. But I think it's just the terminology. It's the difference about the terminology. I like to put as a spirit, but I don't like the spirit as well. I want to find better translation for this. It is all about our recognition for something, or I want to find a better one. Spirit or God. It is basically 10 mind, our 10 different kinds of mind. Sometimes we want to settle down. Sometimes we want to just force our self to create something. Sometimes we really want to get something as a wealth spirit. Sometimes we want to just focusing on upgrading my self-estimate, my self-respect, that is the friendship. Sometimes we like to focus on our title. Sometimes our title is really important. Title means, okay, I'm going to this company like Apple or Google, something like that. Sometimes for some people, the title aspect is really important. That is official. And child spirit is more about, focusing on the output. Okay, if you don't have any other question, can I stop here today? Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I will see you guys next time. Okay, I will prepare more stuff next week, and I will create the memberships. If you guys are interested in those memberships, please watch my video later. I will post about the membership video. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.